Ladies and gentlemen, as the clouds of elections near, it is raining Bahanas in the opposition camp. Even before the poll battle could be announced, is the India bloc gripped by the Darr of defeat? Remember, this is the second big battle, season 2 of elections after the 2024 Lok Sabha elections and the final prestige battle of the year. Today, the Election Commission announced that Maharashtra will go to the polls in one phase on the 20th of November. Jharkhand will vote in two phases on the 13th and 20th of November. Results of both the states will be declared on the 23rd of November. By polls for Wayanad, where Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is Congress's pick, will also vote on the 13th of November, along with 9 seats in Uttar Pradesh that will go into polls. But soon after the Election Commission announced dates, the vipaksh started spinning jalebi-like conspiracy theories and leveled wide allegations on their arch nemesis Modi and the BJP. Rahul Gandhi's Congress party fear-mongered of how Prime Minister Modi may even get his good friends in Israel to hack EVMs in India. After all, pager blasts had happened just like they had hacked these pagers and walkie-talkies of the Hezbollah. Unable to digest their defeat in Haryana, Congress leaders have also claimed that BJP will murder democracy again. That's the prophecy that has already come in these polls. Meanwhile, Tejasvi Yadav's party pointed out that Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma knew the dates even before the Election Commission announced it. And now Uddhav Sena has preempted that BJP will misuse EVMs, police and cash to manipulate elections. But what will happen if the India bloc wins these elections? Is it something that they're even thinking about? Will they still doubt the EVMs then? Of course, the opposition has been trolled by the BJP for laying ground for defeat even before the assembly battle. But even the Election Commission, an independent and constitutional institution, has fact-checked the doubters. Watch this ultimate takedown of the vipaksh's Bahanas by the Chief Election Commissioner.
अगर इस्राइल 600 किलोमीटर दूर से घर बैठे-बैठे पेजर और वॉकी टॉकी के जरिए लोगों को मार सकता है, तो ईवीएम की तो कोई औकात ही नहीं है।
भाई पेजर कनेक्टेड होता है, ईवीएम कनेक्टेड नहीं होती।
हरियाणा में जो हुआ है पूरी देश की जनता देख रही है, चाहे ईवीएम हो, चाहे पोस्टल बैलेट हो, चाहे जो सत्ताधारी पार्टी की जो सब सामने आई है बातें, महाराष्ट्र में ज़्यादा हो रहा है, पैसों का खेल चलेगा, पुलिस का और यंत्रणा का भी मिसयूज होगा।
आप पिछले 15-20 इलेक्शंस देख लीजिए, इट इज गिविंग रिजल्ट्स आफ्टर रिजल्ट्स डिफरेंटली। जहां मतलब ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि जब पसंद का रिजल्ट ना आए तभी गलत है, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता।
अपेक्षा है कि जिस तरह से हरियाणा में चुनाव निष्पक्ष नहीं हुआ, झारखंड और महाराष्ट्र में न हो, ये हम अपेक्षा करते हैं।
ये एक सिंगल यूज बैटरी है, जब ये पड़ेगी तो 5-6-7 दिन के लिए इस्तेमाल होगी। इसकी जैसे आपके कैलकुलेटर में बैटरी है, आई मीन इट इज नॉट मोबाइल का बैटरी जो एवरी दिन चार्ज होगी।
इलेक्शन कमीशन से तो आज पता चला, लेकिन कल ही असम के चीफ मिनिस्टर ने बोल दिया था। अब तो इलेक्शन कमीशन से पहले बीजेपी के लोग अनाउंस कर देते हैं डेट।
सवाल का जवाब पब्लिक देती है, वोटिंग में परसेंटेज और वोटिंग में पार्टिसिपेट करके पब्लिक जवाब देती है सवाल का। जहां तक ईवीएम्स और इन सब का प्रश्न है, वो 100% फुल प्रूफ है।
So the legitimate question we are asking on the Newshour tonight: have EVMs already spooked the battery down vipaksh? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP, Krishna Hegde, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena Shinde faction, Sabha Naqvi, senior journalist, Kishore Tiwari, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray group, Mahesh Tapse, chief spokesperson of the NCP, Sharad Pawar faction. Also joining the debate tonight, Tehseen Poonawalla, supporter of the Congress party, probably more Congressy at heart than the Congress itself, and Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen Poonawalla pehle hi dar gaye. You know, the statements that are coming, oh, pagers can blast because of Israel 600 kilometers away. So Modi and good friend Israel will now make EVMs blast, or EVMs will give all BJP. You know, are we back to square one? Are we going to now ban EVMs for elections? Are we going to ban jalebis because the jalebi theory hasn't gone your way? How many things are we going to ban for elections and results to be considered sacrosanct by the vipaksh?
Thank you, Navika, for having me on the show. Good evening to you, to all my fellow panelists, and to all our viewers. 2 or 3 things. I think Rashid Alvi is a joker. I honestly believe that. I don't know why the media goes and takes his bite. I don't know if he's authorized to speak, but obviously EVMs cannot be hacked by that. I mean, I am the petitioner against EVMs. There are certain fundamental questions, but for somebody to make this non-serious, I mean, it is funny, and it takes away from the gravitas of issues like which we fight against, because a lot of orders with Election Commission came out, which the Supreme Court gave. They've considered a lot of serious things that we speak. So even I have this question.
But Jairam Ramesh, Pawan Khera made the same statements for Haryana results. So you know, not that much of a joker, I guess.
No, they didn't make the same statements. So if I may please be, because let your viewers understand, let's not make this the opposition the anti-country, anti-game. Let's just understand this. What Pawan said and what Jairam said is completely different. That is something Bhupesh Baghel ji also spoke about. That's different. I'll come to that. What this guy is speaking about, and I don't know why media keeps running to him. Every time there's an issue, they run to him. They take this guy's bite and Sanjay Raut's bite, and there's polarization with this guy. So this should stop. But let me link the larger issue that is to be made with regards to what Jairam said and Bhupesh Baghel ji said. You see, these EVM batteries were always at 99%. As the EVM, as the Honorable Chief Commissioner said, Election Commissioner said, that these are one-time use batteries. I'm aware of that. So then, you know, we also understand how batteries function, how these work. So the battery power should come down. How are these batteries continuously at 99%? And I'm not even accusing, I'm saying just give us an explanation, because battery power naturally should come down. That is how it is. I'm not saying Israel can do it. These are not connected devices. But there's 2 fundamental questions about EVMs, and I'll end here. Number 1. Our EVM VVPAT slips are not bar-coded, number 1, and we don't have 100% matching. I know there's some statistic that says 1%, 2% matching. We don't have it. Number 2, why do all EVM votes that are wrong votes always go to the BJP? It never goes to Shiv Sena, Aam Aadmi Party, Congress, NCP. There are lots of other things I can tell you about, which is in our petition, but these are the 2 fundamental questions that Election Commission should answer. The Election Commissioner should not treat opposition as if they are people who are anti-nation, like it happens on news channels. We are legitimate 60-70% of the nation. Treat us with the dignity and answer our questions. So that
everything is the media's fault, and I take strong objection to that, Tehseen Poonawalla. Yehi media hai jo aapko hero banati hai. When you want to go in for elections, you want each of your leaders' rallies to be covered, and the same media today, you're saying, why does the media go and ask Rashid Alvi? Rashid Alvi has not been disowned by the Congress ever, but it's the same statement that is made by... 1 minute. It's the same statement made by Sanjay Raut. Last I heard, he was a member of parliament, chief spokesperson of the Uddhav Thackeray group. Also, last I heard was, Mr. Udit Raj contested elections on a Congress ticket. He's saying the same thing. Many people in the opposition are saying the same thing. But Shehzad Poonawalla, it's the media's fault. Why do we go and ask these questions? It is the Election Commission's fault. It's never the Congress or the vipaksh's fault, because Jammu and Kashmir, we lap up the results. After all, we are forming government. Telangana, Karnataka, we lap up. Lok Sabha polls also interesting, very nice, because 240 BJP, not the 350, 400 that the BJP was calling it. All of those times, the EVM, their batteries are fine. They go kharab only when the opposition begins on the losing spree.
This is called Naach Na Aaye Angan Teda. if I can give an example, Tehseen will relate with, that when the student has not prepared for the examination, then he will continuously blame, my pen was not working, paper hi aisa aa gaya, today I was not feeling well. So Tehseen knows these examples even more perfectly because he has given them to my mother also, when every time he used to not be able to pass the exam. Anyways, this is called conditional commitment to constitution. That means I like constitution, I like EVM, I like ECI, I like judiciary when the verdict is in my favor. If the verdict is not in my favor, then I will abuse the same institutions. This means, look, Punjab EVM fine, Delhi EVM fine, Bengal EVM fine, Jammu Kashmir EVM fine, Haryana EVM not fine, Karnataka EVM fine, Tamil Nadu EVM fine, Telangana EVM fine. But now suddenly they are feeling Maharashtra we will lose. But at least one thing I have seen, pre-poll alliance and post-poll alliance तो सुना होगा नाविका जी, pre-poll बहाना and post-poll बहाना. हरियाणा में post-poll बहाना था क्योंकि वहां पे तो उनको लगा 8:30 बजे तक जलेबी बांटनी है. अब जलेबियां बट गई, नतीजे कुछ और आ गए, तो पोस्ट-पोल में उन्होंने जाके गालियां दी सबको और फिर कुमारी शैलजा को भी अपमानित किया. उन्होंने चुनाव हराया ये तक बोल दिया. आज उन्होंने एडवांस में ही एक एलिबाई क्रिएट कर ली है, प्री पोल, इसको बोलते हैं प्री पोल एलिबाई. तो प्री पोल एलिबाई हैज बीन क्रिएटेड. अच्छा, मजेदार बात यह है, तहसीन एक भी दिन कांग्रेस के सदस्य नहीं रहे. इन हिज होल लाइफ ही हैज नॉट बीन सिंगल डे मेंबर. ही इज सेइंग दैट वन मेंबर हु हैज बीन राज्यसभा एमपी राशिद अलवी इज नॉट ऑफिशियल. उदित राज हु हैज कंटेस्टेड ऑन लोकसभा टिकट ऑफ कांग्रेस इज नॉट ऑफिशियल. जयराम Ramesh, whose media head, is not official. Tehseen Poonawalla, who has not spent single day in Congress, is saying official version of Congress. Only Congress can allow this. And lastly, Tehseen is not personal.
At least he is smiling contritely. At least he is smiling contritely. I gave him full marks for being a sport.
I also gave him full marks because और कोई एग्जाम में तो फुल मार्क मिला नहीं, तो इसी एग्जाम में फुल मार्क मिल जाए. पर ये एग्जाम में फुल मार्क लेते हुए तहसीन पूनावाला, बताइए, ये शरद पवार जी है. अब पता नहीं शरद पवार को क्या बोलेंगे अब ये. I won't blame EVMs. This is when Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, these people lost. That time also this EVM brigade had gotten up. अब महेश तपासी जी से तो मेरे पुराने संबंध हैं, मैं उनको मेरा लीडर भी मानता हूं. महेश जी बताइए, शरद पवार जी को भी खारिज कर रही है राशिद अलवी. सुन लीजिए, अरे इतनी उत्तेजना क्यों है? These are people who put परिवार तंत्र above लोकतंत्र. 80 चुनाव राहुल गांधी हारा है, 80 चुनाव. भारत जोड़ो यात्रा के बाद 11 चुनाव, पर बेटा में नो दोष, ईवीएम डेटा को गाली दो. दिस इज द परिवार तंत्र माइंडसेट ऑफ.
Well, when you talk of Parivar Tantra, breaking news just coming in. Once again, the Congress party has reiterated that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will contest from Wayanad. So, they've made it official that she will be contesting.
नहीं, पर वहाँ पे इंडिया अलायंस लड़ने वाला है. Who's the India Alliance candidate in Wayanad?
Kerala से कांग्रेस. We've heard the explanation before. We've heard the explanation before.
तपासे जी से पूछे इंडिया अलायंस का कैंडिडेट कौन है? प्रियंका जी या लेफ्ट?
लेकिन let me ask Mahesh Tapse. Mahesh Tapse, are you in sync with the Congress already bashing the EVMs? Battery is questionable. The fact that it can be manipulated from Israel is questionable. The fact that jalebis actually swing elections, that has also been raised in the previous elections. Is this already a defensive position from which you are starting this entire match? Because elections should be about giving an alternative vision, whereas what we've heard is only about, "Arey ye log cash use kar lenge, arey ye." Everything happens in every elections, but when you start on this note, doesn't it sound as if you have no vision to share with the people? All you are concerned with is jeetenge kaise?
Well, good evening, Navika ji and all panelists, and thank you for having me on your show. Let me tell you that the NCP Sharad Pawar is going in for the election with a winner's mindset. Like, we are not looking for any pros and cons. We are not looking for any alibis. At this point, at this juncture, my entire cadre is fully charged. My leader is charged, and all my aspirational candidates, whoever will get the ticket, they are all charged. They are in their respective constituencies and working towards winning the election. I don't know. I just saw Rashid Alvi's statement some time back after I came to your show. But I don't know. EVM is one thing which is very subjective. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. Although the poll panel has given a point-by-point rebuttal to all the questions that have been put, but still, I don't know. I am not saying that it is not in sync with today's political machinery. But yes, the Western countries have discarded the use of EVM. So anything which promises a clean and a transparent election machinery should be used rather than something which casts doubt on the electorate.
No, but Sharad Pawar ji has said that he does not blame EVMs for the defeats of Congress. He has said Congress वो जमींदार है जो हवेली मेंटेन नहीं कर पा रही है. मतलब कि अर्थात ये हवेली मैनेजर्स के ऊपर प्रॉब्लम थोप रहे थे शरद पवार जी. Point number one. Point number two. Sir, point number with your full respect. Sir, देखिए हम विकास की बात कर रहे हैं कि महाराष्ट्र की इकोनॉमी 16 लाख करोड़ से 40 लाख करोड़ की, FDI में नंबर 1 किया, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट किया, लाड़की बहन का ख्याल रखा, हमने लाखों टॉयलेट बनवाए, करोड़ों किसानों को किसान सम्मान निधि दी. हम विरासत की बात कर रहे हैं, औरंगाबाद का नाम बदला, उस्मानाबाद का नाम बदला, और आप क्या बात कर रहे हो? या तो ये बहानेबाजी EVM की या वोट जिहाद करो. तो दिस इज द डिफरेंस. हम विकास, वेलफेयर, विरासत, और आप वोट जिहाद, वरना ये रोना धोना. तो यही नकारात्मकता की माइंडसेट है. कांग्रेस को बोलिए ना आपकी कांग्रेस इज सेइंग इट इज कंसीडिंग डिफीट इवन बिफोर द इलेक्शन डेट्स वर अनाउंस्ड.
Well, let me also.
आप दिल्ली में बैठे ना, you are sitting in Delhi. Why don't you only talk to Rashid Alvi other than me?
Rather मेरे नाम में पूना है. अरे मेरे तो नाम में पूना है. अब मुझे महाराष्ट्र से क्यों निकालते हो?
मुझे लगा आप दिल्ली में बैठे हैं. Anyway, you are too much in Delhi. I thought maybe you are in Delhi. लेकिन ठीक है, कांग्रेस का कुछ हो सकता है, लेकिन आज हमारी जहां तक महाविकास गठबंधन की बात है, we are not in a defeated mindset. हरियाणा में जो हुआ, but in Maharashtra we are very very confident that जो चीज आप कह रहे हैं उससे भी बहुत ज्यादा विकास, my dear friend, बहुत ज्यादा डेवलपमेंट, और सारी चीजें बहुत ही ट्रांसपेरेंट वे से हम रखेंगे. टुडे आई थिंक द ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर अनाउंस्ड bonus for the Diwali bonus for the BMC workers, 28,000 rupees per head, and this just came a few I think just 2 hours before the code of conduct was announced. But whatever has happened 2 years ago when we were in government, when Mahavikas Aghadi was in government. The situation was different. It was Corona time, so you can't compare that 1.5 year to the other 2.5 years. Today the financial state of Maharashtra, my dear friend Mr. Poonawalla, you also know that the financial condition of Maharashtra is absolutely in doldrums. You know that there is no money left in the government. Same Ajit Pawar, who was the finance minister in Mahavikas Aghadi, he has made a statement in the house on there is a term called Sudarit Prashaskiya Manyata, you know, on which you enhance the budget for any allocation that time. So when he was in the finance ministry in our government, he would not give any acceleration of funds, but in the new government he is giving funds freely, and now there is it's become nobody's accountable. We don't have money, so money has been pulled from various developmental schemes, from Adivasis to tribals to backward class. From
तो अजीत पवार बदल गए हैं, पार्टी बदल गई है, या नियत बदल गई है? What do you put this down to, महेश ताप से?
पूछिए उनको, शहजाद जी को ही पूछिए, वो पुणे में रहते हैं, तो अजीत पवार जी को मुझसे अच्छा जानते हैं आजकल. मैं पहले अजीत
कमाल है. Sabha Naqvi, when Mahesh Tapse begins to say that he doesn't know Ajit Pawar as well as Shehzad Poonawalla knows him, we know how much politics in Maharashtra has changed over the last few years. But Sabha, the question I want to ask you, while we are looking at the elections, why are we always in this quagmire of the debate on EVM that begins before elections are announced and goes on till the results, because everybody keeps their options open. गाली देना है तो EVM को दे दो. If you win, then you come out and say, oh, this strategy, oh, the India alliance, oh, this caste, sewing up the caste together, that was the strategy and that's what win. Is there something like that works? Because if you hear the Congress itself, Rashid Alvi to chalo इन्होंने कह दिया कि नहीं कोई official spokesperson है. Let me tell you that Congress MP Dr. Dharamveera Gandhi has also come out and said that even ballot papers are not dependable, because 150 people come carrying guns and weapons and they capture booth. तो अब EVM भी नहीं चाहिए, ballot paper भी नहीं चाहिए. क्या चाहिए भाई, क्या चाहिए? How do we choose our netas and how do we form governments? Is democracy in such a crisis?
No, Navika, I think the debate on EVMs is the timing. Congress is clearly raising it after the so-called done deal election of Haryana was lost. There is no doubt about that. However, I will agree, and I will point out, I agree partly with what Tehseen was saying earlier in the program, and I have to say that takedown by Shehzad was very entertaining. It was a good slanging match. It made me laugh. But nevertheless, I'll say this, Navika, there are certain issues. There's a discrepancy between votes cast and votes counted. There are certain things which institutionally, beyond party lines, we all must ask questions of the Election Commission, so that the repeated questions on our system can be put to rest. The reason why EVM is coming up again and again now, it's going to come up even now, is because the BJP has got a big energy, shot in the arm after a disappointing national result. So a lot of things will be down to micromanaging. What does micromanaging actually mean? It means, especially when you are in power, it doesn't mean that you're rigging everything. It means that you have very good intelligence on which, who lives where, who's likely to vote for you where, are your polling booth officers available, what is the opposition doing, what caste independence do we need to support behind the scenes. That is what is, so the prospect of after what has happened in Haryana, which by the way is not the first time that micromanaging by the BJP has been very efficient. What has changed between the Lok Sabha election and now is that the Sangh Parivar is working unitedly. Make no mistake about that. They did not work. I found it myself in parts of Uttar Pradesh. I would walk into there are 4 RSS UPs divided into 4. I would walk into there and one got different interesting background. The same thing reportedly happened in Maharashtra. That kind of thing is over, and right now the Karyakarta of the RSS and the BJP are going to work in complete tandem.
But I don't understand this. Shehzad Poonawalla, micro planning works because the government is in power, but it didn't work in the Lok Sabha, but it will work. It worked in Haryana, but it will work in Maharashtra. How does this work?
Sabha is a very senior journalist, and if she has some anecdotal and other experiences, I don't want to discount that. Maybe she has her own experience and way of looking at it, that we have done micromanagement, but I want to point to Sabha one factual point. Please understand that Kisan, Pehlwan, Naujawan, Jawan, sab hamare khilaf hai. Who was making this mahol? There were 2 gentlemen. One was Mr. Chaduni and one was Mr. Yogendra Yadav. Hawa nahi, ye आंधी है. आंधी नहीं, ये सुनामी है. ये आंधी सुनामी वाले कहाँ हैं अब? और अभी तो चडूनी ने बता दिया, मिस्टर चडूनी ने बोला कि माहौल पिच हमने सब बना दिया था, ये कांग्रेस वाले कुछ कर नहीं पाए, निकम्मे हैं. तो तहसीन पूनावाला फिक्सिंग ईवीएम का नहीं, नैरेटिव फिक्सिंग होता है, और वो नैरेटिव फिक्सिंग को हमने जड़ से उखाड़कर अब निकाल दिया है. आपके पास ना चडूनी है, ना आपके पास योगेंद्र बाबा है, तो नैरेटिव नहीं बन पा रहा है, तो इसीलिए पहले ही हथियार डाल दिया आपने.
Well, let me get in किशोर तिवारी. किशोर तिवारी जी, मुझे तो आप ये बता दीजिए कि चीफ मिनिस्टीरियल कैंडिडेट किसका बनेगा महाविकास आघाड़ी में. What is most important and of interest to you is that and the people. बता दीजिए.
देखिए नाविका, पहले तो मैं आपका अभिनंदन करूंगा कि महाविकास आघाड़ी की सरकार बन रही है, ये तुमने कबूल किया. दूसरी बात मैं क्लियर कर दूंगा.
कौन से शो में हुआ?
अरे भाई,
ये कौन से शो? इस शो में ये सर, ये वो दूसरे चैनल का शो नहीं है. वो आप दूसरे चैनल का शो देखकर आए, यूट्यूब वाला, उसको डिस्काउंट करो. ये हरियाणा वाला वो सब छोड़ दो, ये अपना नाविका जी का 9 PM है. आप कौन सा शो देख के आए?
ये देखो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ.
बोलो
शहजाद
जी बोलिए.
कि मैं ऑफिशियल स्पोक्सपर्सन बोल रहा हूँ और पूरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी से बात करता हूँ. महाराष्ट्र का चुनाव महाविकास आघाड़ी जीतने को जा रही है, और जो नतीजे हरियाणा में आए, आपने 5 सांसद चुन के आए थे, आपको वोट परसेंटेज मिला था, उससे थोड़ा बढ़ के आया, और कांग्रेस ने 5 सांसद चुने थे. तो सब अभी तो वहां पर जो कुछ हुआ वो लोकसभा में हुआ था. महाराष्ट्र में ऐसा ही होगा. आपको अराउंड 100 सीट्स मिलेंगी, यानी महायुति को, और 180 सीटें महाविकास आघाड़ी को मिलेगी. अब नाविका ने एक सवाल पूछा था कि आपका सीएम कौन होगा, तो जनता ने ये तय कर लिया है, उद्धव ठाकरे ही हमारे सीएम रहेंगे. अब कांग्रेस ने जो गलतियां वहां की थी, हरियाणा में कांग्रेस ने क्या गलती की
जी
थी?
से पूछ लीजिए शरद पवार की।
अरे भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ,
मैं तो कह रहा हूँ सर, हम तो
तापसे जी, प्लीज कंफर्म, has the Maha Vikas Agadi decided that the chief ministerial candidate of the Agadi will be Uddhav Thackeray? Is it a done deal?
अरे मैं नाविका, मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको, मेरी पूरी बात।
अरे आप ही के अलायंस पार्टनर बोल रहे हैं, आपको क्या चिंता है? तपासे जी आप वाले एनसीपी में है।
अरे आपकी माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट हमने यहाँ पर कर लिया है। हमारे साथ एसपी भी रहेगी, हमारे साथ आम आदमी पार्टी, सीपीआई, सीपीएम और पीडब्ल्यूडी भी रहेंगी। पर मैं एक बात बता रहा हूँ आपको।
अच्छा,
हाँ, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ
जी सर, बोलिए सर।
कांग्रेस ने जैसा आम आदमी पार्टी को एकोमोडेट नहीं किया, समाजवादी पार्टी को एकोमोडेट नहीं किया, वो गलती अब महाराष्ट्र में होने वाली नहीं है। और आप है ना, ये जो नैरेटिव सेट कर रहे हैं कि आप।
किशोर जी एक सवाल पूछूं, एक सवाल, आप सबसे ज्यादा सीट लड़ रहे हो कि कांग्रेस? आप ज्यादा सीट लड़ रहे हो कि कांग्रेस? मुझे लगा कांग्रेस की सीटें लोकसभा में ज्यादा, कांग्रेस का वोट शेयर ज्यादा, वो ज्यादा सीटें लड़ेंगे विधानसभा में। आप तो ऐसे बात कर रहे जैसे आप सबसे ज्यादा सीट लड़ रहे हो।
नहीं नहीं, एक बात मैं क्लियर कर दूं।
हाँ, कीजिए सर।
कांग्रेस यह कुछ विदर्भ हो गया, मराठवाड़ा हो गया, ज्यादा सीटें लड़ रही है और कांग्रेस ने यह प्रूव किया है। तो सीटों की तो बात ही नहीं है। जो उम्मीदवार अच्छा देगा, जो उम्मीदवार अच्छा देगा उसको हम देंगे। ये बीजेपी वाला पैटर्न थोड़ी है।
आप बहुत बड़ी बात कह रहे हैं किशोर तिवारी जी। सबसे पहले आई एम गोइंग अराउंड द टेबल। फर्स्ट लेट मी आस्क मिस्टर तापसे। मिस्टर तापसे, इज उद्धव ठाकरे द डिसाइडेड चीफ मिनिस्टीरियल कैंडिडेट, yes or no?
Oh, I just got to know that from Mr. Kishore Tiwari, but let him be happy.
ये लो, माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट की हो गई फुस। माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट का बलून जो है उसमें लग गया पिन। और किशोर तिवारी जी, अब तहसीन से पूछ लेते हैं। तहसीन जी,
नाविका जी, किशोर जी has made a statement, be happy about it. एक मिनट तहसीन जी, जस्ट मिनट। किशोर जी एक सीनियर लीडर है, उन्होंने एक स्टेटमेंट किया है। आई डोंट वांट टू बर्स्ट हिज हैप्पीनेस।
You already did. You already did.
I didn't. I just came to know
you said this is the first time you are hearing it. If you are hearing it for the first time as the chief spokesperson of the Sharad Pawar faction, तो बॉस मुझे पिन लाने की जरूरत नहीं है। बबल वहीं पे बर्स्ट हो गया है, बलून वहीं पे फुस हो गया है।
बिल्कुल नहीं फुसा है। किशोर जी ने एक स्टेटमेंट दिया, पहली बार सुना। मैं उनकी खुशी में शरीक होना चाह रहा हूँ, अच्छी बात है।
चलिए कम से कम ईवीएम का मातम तो खत्म हुआ। तहसीन पूनावाला, सो द चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ महाराष्ट्र फ्रॉम द चीफ मिनिस्टीरियल फेस फॉर महाराष्ट्र फ्रॉम द अघाड़ी इज Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. How do you receive this announcement made by Kishore Tiwari?
Unlike Mahesh ji, this is not the first time I'm hearing about this, and this is the problem with the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray faction. Under the leadership of Uddhav Thackeray ji, the Shiv Sena lost its name, lost its symbol, lost its MLAs. Their MLAs were escorted by their police in another state. They are not the single largest party. And if the Congress and the NCP want to survive in Maharashtra, they must put an end to Sanjay Raut and these statements be made. And in an opening statement, I said,
क्या जरूरत है आज इस डिबेट में?
You will get destroyed. I will hurting the MBA.
Well,
they are.
I don't think opposition from the BJP or the Ajit Pawar faction is required. But let me get in Krishna Hegde. Krishna Hegde जी, अब मुझे ये बता दीजिए दैट वहां तो उद्धव ठाकरे जी बन रहे हैं या नहीं बन रहे हैं, वो बलून तो आपने देख लिया। इधर का बलून का क्या होगा?
जिसके ज्यादा आएंगे उसका।
Today, Eknath Shinde ji is a sitting chief minister of Maharashtra till today, and the forthcoming Vidhan Sabha elections will be fought under his leadership, and that is very evident to the people of Maharashtra. And the government has been working for the last 2.5 years, and we have done all development, infrastructure and other kinds of work for all sections of society. You are known as a Khoka government. Now let me tell you, the Congress logic about the EVM is so absurd that when the Congress wins an election, Rahul Gandhi is responsible, and when Congress loses an election, the EVM is responsible. And therefore, they know that they are going to lose Maharashtra, and they have already started blaming the EVM. Kishore Tiwari ji was talking about who's going to be the chief minister candidate from their side, or how many seats Congress is going to win. You know, it is a typical case like how Shehzad was saying when he was young, Mungeri Lal ke Haseen Sapne. That is a story which we have heard for a very, very long time. And I think Kishore Tiwari ji, my senior friend, is now looking at such sapnes, which now he has to decide in 2029 what kind of alliance they'll have.
Quick round across the panel. I want to go back to Mahesh साहब से. आज शहजाद जी आपकी क्या जरूरत है? वहां पर ही सेटल हो जाएगा. किशोर तिवारी जी और महेश तापसे और तहसीन. महेश तापसे जी, I'm on a serious note. This is not a joke. I'm just saying that have there been internal discussions and has a chief ministerial face been decided by the Agadi?
Well, as far as the reports that I have, our leader Pawar Sahib has categorically made it very clear that we are the collective face of the Mahavikas Agadi. That includes Uddhav Thackeray, that includes the Congress party, and includes the Sharad Pawar NCP. Whoever gets the highest number of legislators elected will head the government. This is the basic understanding that has happened. Yes, the Shiv Sena.
Kishore Tiwari ji, please respond.
मेरा पूरा नहीं हुआ. Whoever gets the highest number of it can be NCP, it can be Uddhav Thackeray. So let it be. There is nothing wrong in that.
Okay, Kishore Tiwari ji, guarantee तो खत्म हो गई.
ये देखो, एक मैं बता देता हूं तहसीन और महेश को भी कि हम 30 साल तक बीजेपी के दोस्त थे. हाँ, इतना कोई हमें कांग्रेस से या एनसीपी से लगाव नहीं है, आप फिक्र मत करो. हाँ, उद्धव ठाकरे सीएम रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे, मैं क्लियर कर रहा हूँ. और मैंने जो बोल दिया वो बोल दिया. हमारे वो राहुल जी डिसाइड करेंगे. अब ये हमने देखो.
अच्छा, बस अब मेरा एक ही सवाल, लास्ट सवाल, यस और नो में बता दीजिए. अगर ये लोग नहीं बनाएंगे आपको तो इधर आ जाएंगे. अगर किशोर तिवारी जी ये लोग नहीं बनाएंगे तो आप इधर आ जाएंगे बीजेपी के पास वापस पुराने परिवार के साथ?
नहीं, देखो, अडानी की मजबूरी है कि उनकी सरकार रहे, अमित शाह की मजबूरी है उनकी सरकार रहे. मैं चाहता हूं कि अरे नहीं, आप देखो कैसा लग गया इसको. अरे भैया, बंबई
आपका पूनावाला बोल रहा है, ये वाला पूनावाला चुप है भाई. वो आपका पूनावाला बोल रहा है भाई.
well, I'm completely out of time. Okay,
एक वाक्य. कृष्णा जी को मैं करेक्ट करना चाहता हूं, मेरे अलायंस पार्टनर को. द राइट फ्रेज इज गांव अभी लगा नहीं, ये लुटेरे पहले आ गए. पर मैं आपको बता दूं, यहां पर सीएम पोस्ट के लिए इतना लड़ रहे हैं, क्या ये महाराष्ट्र चला सकते हैं? महाराष्ट्र
Well, it's all happening there. Elections have been announced, EVMs have been denounced, but will jalebi be banned or will jalebi be distributed? कौन बनेगा मुख्यमंत्री? इस पर अभी से लड़ाई शुरू. महाराष्ट्र में, झारखंड में, well, we'll wait and watch. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.